Hey guys, welcome to my brand new channel, Secrets of an Almost Chef. I am seriously so excited to start sharing with you guys all of my recipes. And before I begin, I want to share with each of you a little story. So when I was 18, I moved out of my house, took my mom's handy dandy recipe book, which as you can tell has been very well used, and attempted to try to cook. Well, the first time that I made one of the recipes from her cookbook, which was actually, it's right here, Oriental chicken salad, it was a nightmare. It tasted absolutely horrible. And I remember calling my mom and trying to figure out, like, what did I do wrong, Mom? I followed this recipe to a T. And my mom couldn't figure it out. And it wasn't until years later, as I started cooking more and more, that one day the light bulb went off. And I realized that it's not just about having a great recipe. It's about also having techniques and the proper kitchen tools to be able to recreate that recipe. And so with that is my main goal for this channel for you guys. Is you might watch a tasty video. You might be online on Pinterest and see this amazing potato hash and you try to make it and it turns out horrible. And I don't want that to happen anymore. I'm going to teach you guys how to make the most amazing homemade spaghetti sauce. Okay, so to begin, you are going to start with 100 ounces of pureed tomatoes. Now, this is my very first secret. Do not just buy any kind of tomatoes here. Tomatoes are the star of this dish. So make sure you get a brand that you know is going to be good. My very favorite brand is Cento. It's a little more expensive, but it's absolutely worth it, and I love using this in my tomato sauce. Next, you're gonna take your spices, 2 tablespoons of basil, 2 tablespoons of parsley, and just put them all in your bowl, 2 tablespoons of oregano, a tablespoon of red pepper flakes. And before I add my salt and my sugar, I just kind of come in here and I just kind of mix all these spices with my fingers. And the reason why you do this is it kind of helps to open up all those spices and just get the flavors started. Sorry, all of a sudden, like, those spices got in my throat. Okay. Woo! Guys, those are like up in my throat. Okay, so next you're gonna add your sugar and your salt. Sugar is 4 tablespoons and salt 3.5 tablespoons. I use kosher salt. I love kosher salt. Once you use kosher salt, I'm not kidding, you'll never go back. My favorite brand of kosher salt, and I know this is gonna be weird and nerdy, but I love Diamond Crystal Kosher Salt. You don't have to get this brand if you can find it. I use it for everything, like roasting vegetables, and I mean, you name it, I put it on it. But just use any kind of kosher salt. Okay, so we're gonna mix up our herbs. And then next, we're gonna take our garlic, and I have about 15 cloves here, and I've already peeled them, and I'm just gonna quickly show you guys, just so you're not intimidated by how to peel garlic for anyone who's new to cooking, is I just take my knife like this, I prop my garlic right up like that, and I just smash it, okay? And then this little peel will come right off. So you're just gonna add that to your bag. And then I take my mallet. I use this for lots of things. And I just flatten my garlic like this. Press it down till it kind of gets nice and flat. And the reason I do this and I don't mince it is I feel like when you put it in your spaghetti sauce, the garlic flavor just has more of a chance to kind of open up and just really flavor it really nice. Okay, so we've got our garlic ready. We're gonna set that aside. Okay, so in your stock pot, we have 1/2 cup of olive oil, and you want to warm this up until it starts to kind of shimmer. That's how you know it's nice and hot. I add in 8 cups of onions. And know you guys are probably thinking 8 cups, but these cook down and they add so much flavor to your spaghetti sauce. So don't skimp on your onions. And I actually do a mixture of yellow onions and sweet onions just because I like the flavor. It's all about layers when you're cooking. So the sweet onions kind of add some sweetness. The yellow onions add a little bit of just that, I don't know, maybe kind of more of a oniony flavor. So if you only have sweet onions, no big deal. If you only have yellow onions, add that. Okay, then right in with the onions, we're gonna add our spices. And this is actually called blooming your spices or your herbs. The reason why you do this is the heat gets into those spices and it just adds all of this amazing flavor. So don't skip this part. Put your spices right in. I do my garlic, 20 cloves that have been smashed flat, right in with my onions. Give them a good stir. And then let those cook down. I probably let them cook down for anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes until they start to get translucent and they're nice and soft. Okay guys, so it's been about 10 minutes and as you can see, these onions are translucent, they've been cooking, they're nice and soft. The other thing I want you to notice is the color of the onions. Color is flavor, so the more color and browning that you can get on your onions, the better. Okay, so let's put in our 100 ounces of tomatoes, and again, this has already been pureed, okay? These were whole tomatoes and I just threw them in my Vitamix and pureed them. So add in your pureed tomatoes, and then I add in my 4 cans, which also equals about 100 ounces, okay, of crushed tomatoes. Now, you're gonna wanna bring this up to a boil, like a nice rolling boil for about 30 minutes. So as it's coming up to a boil, just be sure you're watching your spaghetti sauce super close so that the bottom doesn't burn, because nobody wants burned spaghetti sauce. And as you can see, this is my very biggest pot and it's right at the very top. Okay, go ahead and just give that a stir just so you don't, spill it anywhere. And then I also like to add just some bay leaves because they just give flavor. When you're all done with the spaghetti sauce, obviously you want to pull out your bay leaves. Another thing to remember too is even though this is like right at the rim of your pot, as this cooks and kind of reduces down, this is gonna kind of not be so high. Hey guys, are you ready for the secret ingredient? I'm excited. Okay, so can anybody guess what it might be? Ta-da! Grated Parmesan cheese. And you want to make sure it's the grated stuff and not like the really good stuff, because that will get all shreddy in your spaghetti sauce. So grated Parmesan cheese, you want to add 2.5 cups. And I am telling you, oh my gosh, it's so good. Okay, give that a good stir, and then we'll let this come up to a boil. Okay, you guys, the spaghetti sauce has been cooking for a couple hours. And just take a look at this. It is just, it's amazing. You can see like all these chunks of garlic, and I think it's time to taste it. So, here we go. Oh my gosh. It's literally so delicious. Like right back here at the back of your throat. It's seriously amazing. And if you're also wondering why I make such a massive pot, I know I'm like a small little person, I have like this big sauce of spaghetti. But the reason why I make such a big pot of sauce is I love to freeze this. It literally freezes amazing. So all I do is I just grab these freezer quart Ziploc bags, and I typically will put about 4 cups in one of these bags, throw them in my freezer. Make sure when you freeze them, you lay them flat so that you don't have like big mounds of sauce, and then they also fit better in your freezer. And then seriously, on like a long day, maybe you just got home from work, you have nothing planned for dinner, you pop one of these suckers out of the freezer, de-thaw it, cook up some spaghetti, and there's dinner. So I hope you guys loved our very first video today here at Secrets of an Almost Chef. I hope you will like, subscribe, do whatever you have to do to help me continue to make these videos. And thank you so much for watching.